Hi, my name is Ashwini Kumar. In this video, we are going to see the UGC NET June 2019 question and answers on the digital circuits. So it is the first question we are going to see right now. Which one of the following is equivalent to the Boolean expression, that is y is equal to AB plus BC plus CA? So as per the De Morgan's law, if you observe, the De Morgan's law states that if A plus B whole bar is there, then first break the bar and then convert the Boolean operator. If it is plus, take into the dot. If it is dot, then take the plus. So it is one more De Morgan's law. If A dot B is there, first break down the bar and then take here plus. Fine. So it is a De Morgan's law. In the same case, here AB plus BC plus CA is there. So here no bars are there in the given expression. Okay. So no bars are there means if you split up this one, definitely will get the bar. If you for this one we will get the bars, and for this one if you split up we will get the bar. So that's why here bar and whole bar is there. If you split up this bar and this bar will get cancels. So I'm just starting with the second option. So coming to the second option, first we will split up the bar. Okay, that means here one split up and here one split up, and then so in the option dot is there. So after splitting up, take down the plus here. That means the second option can be written as A bar plus B bar whole bar plus B bar plus C bar whole bar plus C bar plus A bar whole bar. Fine. And after this one, again it can be written as, see here A bar plus B bar whole bar is there. So if I apply the De Morgan's law again to each and every term here, then I will get A bar into B bar plus B bar into C bar plus C bar into A bar. Fine. So A bar whole bar represents the A. So now AB plus BC plus CA. Fine. So here the second one is the correct option to the given question. So actually if you keep on practice, then you need not to solve this entire thing. So as I said in the starting itself, here no bars are there. So in the first option, third option and fourth option, if you simplify, we will get the bars. So only in the case of second option, we want to get the bar. So directly within 2 seconds, we can decide this answer. Okay. But for practicing purpose, in the starting, you have to do such type of simplifications. Okay. So it is the first problem. And here it is a second problem. Here they given the two lists, list 1 and list 2. So CMOS inverter, depletion load MOS inverter, pass transistor and transmission gate. So we have to identify which one is which one. So while coming to the CMOS inverter means we must have the two types of MOSFETs. One is a P-type MOSFET and second one is a N-type MOSFET. So here you can observe that P-type MOSFET it is and it is a N-type MOSFET. So definitely A matches up with the 3. And while coming to the depletion load MOSFET means, see, it is a depletion MOSFET and it is just acting like a load to this MOSFET. So here B matches up with the fourth one. And while coming to the pass transistor is this one. Okay, it contains a series of cascading or series of NMOS transistors connected like this. So it is all the pass transistor configuration. And next one is the transmission gate. Transmission gate matches up with the first one. So transmission gate means P MOSFET and N MOSFET, both these two are connected in parallel like this. Okay, it is a P MOSFET and it is a N MOSFET. So it is a transmission gate. So from this one, A matches up with the third one and B matches up with the fourth one, and C, that is pass transistor, is matching up with the second one, and D, that is transmission gate, is matching up with the first one. So it is the answer to this question. And while coming to the third question, the correct combination of characteristic equation Q of n plus 1 of SR flip-flop and JK flip-flop respectively is. That means they are asking for the Boolean expression for these flip-flops. Okay, that means the next state. So here generally we know that SR flip-flop, JK flip-flop, D flip-flop and T flip-flop. Okay, so D can be called as a data or else delay flip-flop, and it is called as a toggle flip-flop. Okay, so while coming to the SR flip-flop, the Q of T plus 1 equation is S plus R bar Q. And while coming to the JK flip-flop, Q of T plus 1 expression is J Q bar plus K bar Q. And while coming to the D flip-flop, Q of T plus 1 is D if clock is equal to 1, that is equal to Q if clock is equal to 0. That means if the clock is rising edge is there, then the next state will updates with the present input. If the clock is a 0, then the next state it becomes is equal to the previous state or previous output. And while coming to the toggle flip-flop, Q of T plus 1 is equal to T exclusive or Q, or it can also be written as T bar Q plus Q bar T. So total these are the Boolean expressions to the next state of SR flip-flop, JK flip-flop, D flip-flop and T flip-flop. Fine. So now in the question they are asking for the SR flip-flop and JK flip-flop. So SR and JK, that is S plus R bar Q and J Q bar plus K bar Q. Okay, so fourth option is the correct one. You have to remember these formulas or Boolean expressions. So next, while coming to the fourth question, the figure of merit of a logic family is given by the product of. So generally, the figure of merit of a logic family can be given as propagation delay in nanoseconds, into power dissipation in milliwatts. It is a formula. Figure of merit of any logic family is equal to propagation delay in nanoseconds into power dissipation in milliwatts. Okay, so with the help of this one, the second option is the correct one. So you have to remember this formula. And FOM is also called as speed power product. Okay, and now while coming to the fifth question, which of the following statement is not correct about a universal shift register? So universal shift register means it can take the serial in, it can take the serial out, and it can take the parallel in. So each and everything it can do, and it can do the left shift and right shift, all the things it can able to do. And here, while coming to the given options, universal shift register is a bidirectional register whose inputs can be either serial in or in parallel in. Okay, yes, it's correct. But they are asking for not correct. Next, second one, universal shift register generates an internal clock to synchronize the operations. We will see this one. And next, we need n number of D flip-flops and n number of multiplexers to design n-bit universal shift register. Okay, we will see this one. And universal shift register has a clear control that clears the contents of the register to 0. Yes, so universal shift register is having the control signal. So if you once make the clear control as a 1, then automatically all the contents of the register will be reset. That becomes is equal to 0. So it is also the correct one. And out of both these two, here I am going to show you the diagram of the universal shift register. So it is a universal shift register diagram. So in this diagram, you can see that it is a 4-bit shift register. Okay, 4-bit shift register. How many flip-flops are there? 1, 2, 3, and 4. How many multiplexers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, right? So here we can give the parallel inputs and we can give the serial inputs also. Fine. So that means if n-bit shift register is there, we require the n number of D flip-flops and n number of multiplexers, right? So with the help of this diagram, we can understand that the third option is also correct one, and only the wrong option is second one. That means universal shift register generates. It cannot generate its internal signal to synchronize operations. We have to apply. It can't generate itself the clock signal. Okay. So as per this question, the correct answer is the second one. Okay. So while coming to the next question, it is the sixth one. The number of directed arcs terminating on any state of a state diagram. So state diagram means generally it will be having the few states like this. We are going to consider the few states. Okay. So for example, how many number of directed arcs will terminate to any one state? So if you observe the concept, study the concept of the state diagram, then you can understand that will be in the state table. Actually, state diagram can be obtained after the state table. In the state table, we are having the present state. Let's take Q0 and Q1 are the present state, and next state will be there. Next state depends upon the control signal. That means the input signal. For x is equal to 0, what is the q0 and q1? For x is equal to 1, what is the q0 and q1? And here we're going to take the output, okay, y. So, okay, as per this question, the output is not necessary, but the present state is q0 and q1. And while coming to the next state, if the input is 0, and what is the q0, q1? And if the input is 1, what is the q0 and q1? That means, let's take it as a 0, 0 state. Okay, that means the present state is 0, 0. That means we're going to take like this 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. So if x is equal to 1, based upon the given logic diagram, the combinations will change. Fine. So let's take 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1. Okay, these are the present states. So if x is 1, that means only one input. Okay, if only one input is there and that input is x, then x might be either 0 or 1. Fine. Or if only one input you considered and that input is a x, then x might be either 0 or 1. That means, for example, if the present state is 0, 0, and if I'm giving the input as a 0, then it may go to the 0, 1. Right? For example, if the present state is 0, 0, I mean here I given the input as a 0. Fine. That means if the input is 0, it goes to 0, 1. If the present state is 0, 0, if the input is 1, it may go to the 1, 1. Fine. So either 0 or 1, nothing other than this one. So how many arcs are there? Two arcs are there. Fine. That means if how many inputs are there here? Only one input. If one input is there, two number of arcs I am getting. That means 2 power 1 is equal to 1. Fine. So if two inputs are there, then how many arcs I will get? 2 power 2, that is equal to 4. Two inputs means, let's take x and y. Then 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. So for 0, 0, it will goes to here, and for 0, 1, it may goes to here, and for 1, 0, it may goes to some other state, and for 1, 1, it may goes to some other state. Okay. So total 4 different arcs. So here each and every arc, it represents 0, 0, it is 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Fine. So for n number of inputs, we're having 2 power n number of directing arcs. Okay, so it is a concept. So for this question, the first option is a correct one. And while coming to the seventh question, yeah, the following statements are given about the programmable logic array PLA. It is easier to manufacture and program than a PROM and a PAL. It combines the characteristics of PROM and PAL by providing both the programmable AND array and a programmable OR array. So in a PLA, both AND gates and OR gates have fusible links at the inputs. Okay. So coming to this one. So first of all, the structure of the PLA can be shown as like this. So it is the structure of the PLA. So here both the AND and OR, both these two gates are programmable. Okay. So here AND gates are programmable and here OR gates are also programmable. But AND gates can be programmable at the input side and OR gates can be programmable at the output side. Okay. So based upon this one, here the C option is not the right. Why? Because in a PLA they given that AND gates, OR gates have fusible links at the input side. It's not the correct thing. AND gates can be fusible at the input side and OR gates can be fusible at the output side. Fine. So that means option C is false. So here C false, and here also says C is false. If the given C is true, so option 4 is not the correct one. Then we have to sort out of these three. And coming to the B. So in the B, they mentioned that programmable AND array is there and programmable OR array is there. Yes, so both these two are there. That means we can fuse the AND gates and we can fuse the OR gate links here. And it is a combine, I mean it combines the characteristics of both the PROM and PL. So option B is the correct one. So out of these three, check down where the option B is correct one. Here they given that B and C are false. So here option 1 is not correct. And here they given that B is true and here also the B is true. Okay. So now we have to find out whether A is true or false. Yes, it is correct. Why? Because programmable logic array is easier to manufacture and program than the PROM and a PAL. Why? Because while coming to the PAL, the major difference between the PLA, programmable logic array, and programmable array logic is that in the PLA, let's take the two stages. In the PLA, it is the AND stage, it is the OR stage. So coming to the PLA, both the AND gates are programmable and OR gates are also programmable. But while coming to the